Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing a Nordic deck profile. Now I know this is something you guys have been requesting like crazy from me, and I'm really excited that I'm actually going to be able to do this deck profile for you guys. It took me a little while to get the stuff in the mail because there was a little bit of confusion with a seller on eBay about getting commons into the mail, which was really weird, but hey, we got it, here it is. I know this has been a long anticipated, I probably had over 100 comments on all my videos saying, hey, when are you going to do an updated Nordic deck profile? I was like, it's coming, I promise. But here it is, without further ado. So before we get into this, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell down there so you can become a part of the notification squad right down there, and give this video a like so we can get to say, I don't know, let's go with 50 likes. Let's try and get to 50 likes on this video and see if we can do that. First time ever doing that on a video, so let's see if we can get to 50 likes, guys. So let's get straight on into this and go into this deck profile. Now this has been long awaited because the most viewed deck profile on my channel right now is actually Nordic's, and it's like at 24,000 views. So let's see if I can do it justice again. So first off, we're going to play 3 copy of Vanitas of the Nordic Ascendant. If you guys need to see that name, it is right there. It is called Vanitas of the Nordic Ascendant. You can substitute her for any one Nordic tuner monster, so she's going to be the main one that you're going to be grabbing out of deck anyways. And she can only be, she's used as a, if this card is used as Synchro Summon, all other monsters must be Nordic monsters, and then once per turn you can send a Nordic monster from your deck to the grave to change this card's level to that level. You usually don't use that much. Usually what you do is you just summon her out and use her as a tuner monster to summon out your other stuff. To summon out your Nordic gods. So then we play 1 copy of Golfax of the Nordic Beasts. He's really interesting, but we only play 1 now. If your opponent controls a Synchro monster, you can special summon him from your hand, and you cannot special summon, you can special summon it from your hand. That's pretty much all he does. But he's 1600 attack, and he's a tuner monster, but basically we just use him for the synchroing, because he's a level 4 tuner. Then we play 3 copies of the new Alvis, of the Nordic Allfair. I am probably butchering these names, and I'm going to go ahead and say the comment section is going to be hilarious on this video because you guys are going to be correcting me like crazy, but I don't care. It's no big deal. It's all good fun, right? Now I'm going to read this one to you guys because this one's really new and really interesting for you guys who have never played Nordics before, but this one's like the key card of the deck now, along with Golvig of the Nordic Ascendant, with the new Link monster. So let me read this one to you guys. If this card is banished by the effect of a Nordic Link monster, you can send 1 Nordic monster you control and 2 Nordic monsters from your deck whose total levels equal to 10. Then special summon 1 Nordic or 1 Aesir monster from your extra deck. If an Aesir monster in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your grave, special summon 1 Aesir monster from your extra deck with a different name from that card's in your graveyard. So really busted card. It lets you get out Nordic gods like crazy. If they get rid of one of your gods, then you can special summon an additional one. And on top of that, you can send 1 of your Nordic monsters you control, if you control a Nordic monster, to the grave, and then 2 other Nordic monsters from your deck to the grave whose total levels equal 10, which is really easy to do in this deck because you can just match levels together like 2-4-4 or 3-3-4 is really easy to do in this deck because you play the Goats and Vanitas and Golfax, which is super easy to do, but it doesn't count as a Synchro Summon, so you have to keep that in mind. So for the next card that we're going to be playing 2 of White Goat, which is Tungusnir of the Nordic Beasts. I really wish I had another Ultra Rare one. I'm going to be working on that so I can have 3 Ultras. But if this card is destroyed and sent to the grave, you could special summon 2 Nordic Beast tokens that are level 3/0/0. You can use those Synchro materials, you can use them as Link materials. Usually we're just going to use them as Synchro materials, but you can do whatever you need to do with them. Then I played 3 copies of the Black Goat, which is Tungusnir. When this card, when a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to the grave, you can special summon this card from your hand, which is really nice because you can just instantly have a body on board to protect you. And then once per turn, you can when this defense position card on the field is changed to attack, you can special summon 1 Nordic Beast monster from your deck in defense position. That's something that's really cool about this deck is it does a lot of special summoning now. And the deck has changed a lot from when I took my first profile to now because it's more pure Nordics. Then I play 3 copies of Mimir of the Nordic Ascendant. Now this card's a new card that I've started playing in this deck, and I've seen a lot of people playing this deck. But once per turn at the start of your standby phase, if you control a Nordic monster, and this card is in your graveyard, you can send a spell card from your hand to the grave to special summon it. That's really, really, really good in this deck because like you can get it back so easily. But you're not so worried about that, but it's like it matches up with levels so easily to send it to grave. So you just use it kind of as fodder. We don't special summon it so much because we don't play a lot of spells in this deck, but if you guys want to play more spells in the deck to get that effect off, you certainly can. But I usually just use it with like the effect with the Alvis effect or the Golvig effect to make up my 10 levels to summon out my Nordic, like Odin, Thor, and Loki. That's basically what I use it for. And then I play 3 copies of Deverg, which is the of the Nordic Alfair. Basically, when he's normal summoned, he gives you an additional normal summon, which is pretty cool. That's basically the only thing that I really use him for, is the additional normal summon. His other effect applies with the relics, but I think that the relics are kind of crap, to be honest with you, so I don't really use them that much. So that's all I gotta say about him. He's a good normal summon, and he lets you link. So, like, you always need to have 2 Nordic monsters on field to get her effect to maximize when you summon her. Like, you need 1 on field when you summon her. So that's basically it. So that's it for the Nordic monsters. I'll show you my quick tech cards as well, and then we'll go into spells and traps. So for my tech monster cards, guys, I'm playing 3 copies of Blackluster Soldier, Envoy at the beginning, because this deck plays so many light and dark targets. Like, Mimir's a dark, and then you have the Alvis is a dark, and then your Vanitas is a dark, but you have Golfax, which is a light, but everything in your extra deck is a light, so it's really easy to get BLS out on the field with that combo. So then we have 3 copies of Rescue Cat. You basically summon out both the goats with this. I've been doing this since I started with Nordics, as long as this card's been like legal. So that's the big thing about Rescue Cat, because it lets you get more levels on field as well to like do more things. And this deck is all about level climbing, like to get level 10 on the field. So if you can get this on the field and get something else on the field, like it can really, really, really benefit you a lot. So then I play, for my hand traps, I play 2 copies of Ghost Ogre, because you need to like pop your opponent to prevent them from doing a bunch of stuff. And you just need it in this deck. You can play any hand trap you want in this place. So I'm just going to go ahead and say it. You can play, if you want to play 3 copies of Effect Veiler, if you can't afford Ash Blossoms, that's okay. You know, guys, I'm all about playing budget. Like, that's my thing. So if you can't afford Ash Blossoms, don't play them. I play 2 and 2 for 2 Ash and 2 Ghost. But if you don't want to play this, play 3 Effect Veilers. They're really cheap. Put whatever you want as the last card for the Ash Blossoms. But I'm going to start trying to play at least like 4 hand traps in each deck. So I play 2 Ash and 2 Ghost. You can play 3 Ash and 1 Ghost if you want to, but whatever ratio you want. But I like at least this for this deck with my place testing I've been doing. So that's it for the monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. We don't play that many spells. I'm trying to figure out how I want to put more spells in this deck to kind of apply off of Mimir, but I couldn't like justify just playing more spells just for him. So I'm playing 1 copy of Soul Charge, 1 copy of Monster Reborn, and then 2 copies of Called by the Grave. The meta is just too dominant to not play Called by the Grave. Like, you need, it's so many hand traps running around. I'm gonna start maining this in every single deck I play, just about, or siding it at least. Like, I'm seriously gonna side Called by the Grave or main it. Like, I think you need to main it and everything. But that's it for the spells, guys. I know it's only 4, but like, you play so many monsters, like you don't need that many spells. Really quick honorable mention. I see some people playing this, the Nordic Relic. I'm not a big fan of it. It just makes it makes your monsters go up by 800 attack. And then if if a Nordic monster you control is destroyed by battle, or if this card is on the field as card effect, you can send 1 Nordic Relic card from your deck to your hand. Like, it's okay, but like, I don't like just the 800 boost. Like, it's not good. I don't like it. So that's it for the spells, guys. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're going to play 1 copy of Judgment, 1 Warning, and 2 Strikes, because you just need it on the field. Like, you need that field presence on your opponent's turn to like stop them from making a big board, so you can just swing at them with Thor, Loki, and Odin, which is really easy to get a bunch of them out on the field. And then I play 3 copies of Call the Haunted, because it's just really, really, really good. You need it in this deck, especially because like you really need it because of the ability to special summon from grave. And it, like I keep saying about this deck does a lot, and I mean a lot, of level climbing. And you really need that in this deck, because you need that presence on board to be able to synchro summon into exactly what you need. So that's why we play the 3 Call of the Haunted. If you want to trade it out and play, I don't know, like Back to the Front, you can. But I prefer Call of the Haunted, because Call of the Haunted lets you special summon Link monsters, because Back to the Front does not, because it special summons them in defense position, which kind of sucks to me. So that's when we play Call of the Haunted over. If you want to play the other, that's fine. So let's get into the extra deck, guys. So we're going to play 3 copies. You don't really need that much in the extra deck besides like Golvig and the Gods, but I'm going to show it to you anyways. So you're going to play 3 copies of Golvig of the Nordic Ascendant. Her effect is that you have to use 1 level 5 or lower Nordic monster to special summon her. And if this card is link summon, you can banish up to 3 cards from your hand and or field. Any 3 cards. It can be spells, traps, monsters, anything. And if you do special summon that many Nordic monsters from your deck in defense position, also for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters that Aesir monsters. Not a big deal. And then also... normal summoner set any monsters. You can only use the effect of her once per turn, and then once per turn, when this card points to an Aesir monster you control, it cannot be targeted with card effects. Also, monsters your opponent control cannot target this card with attack. So it makes your Aesir monsters like Forbidden Lanced, almost where they can't be targeted by anything. So which is really great. So let me play 1 copy of Odin. I actually played 2 Odins, but I kind of like sorted them where I had the ultis and the whatever, because I have them all in ulti. We play 2 Thors. And then I play 1 copy of Loki, because you need all the names in here, because if you don't, you're not doing it right, for 1. For 2, it's just, they look cool. So we play them. Plus, with all the effects of like Alvist and Golvig, you can really get the maximum ability of getting them all off. Usually I don't go into Loki that much. I usually go into Thor and Odin more. But this is really all you need for the extra deck anyways. Then I play 1 copy of Baguska, because I make it off and on, and it's kind of there for utility. I play 1 copy of Breaksword, because you can make Breaksword pretty easily in this deck. 1 Summon Sorceress, just to summon out exactly what I need when I need it. If this gets banned, before the next ban list, if you guys are watching this in the future, play Decode Talker over it, or Boral Load, or anything that you want to play in this place. Nightmare Unicorn, because it's Nightmare Unicorn. Phoenix and Cerberus, same reason. Bounces, Pops, and Pops. And then 1 copy of Link Rebo. This card actually combos off with our Diverg of the Nordic Allfair, because he's a level 1. You can just send him to grave and then summon out Link Rebo if you need to. But usually, like I said, you're going for Golvig anyway, so it's not that big a deal. So anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed taking this deck profile. I know this has been something that's really been requested by everyone, and I'm so glad that I've been able to provide this one to you guys. This deck is super, super fun. I cannot emphasize that enough. It's just so fun to play. But anyways, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to summon out some Nordic gods and hit that bell down there so you can become a part of the notification squad. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys. DarkArmedDuelist, out.